G'day, I'm Michael from the Save Water Alliance. We do a lot of work with water efficient plants because we think they're very important for the future of Australia and this country. We're seeing that the climate is becoming more and more variable, and most plants can cope with wet conditions for a little while, but dry conditions are harder. Now fortunately, there are a lot of parts of the world which are quite dry, so there's a wealth of different plants to choose from. The other message that we like to remind people of is that water efficient plants aren't just natives and they're not just succulents. There's a whole range of plants that we can use, as I said, from around the world, and they're suited to a whole range of different garden styles. We've picked some plants out here today that we think work very well together, and I suppose there's a few things that we can say about this site. Part of it is that it's been quite carefully designed. We wanted to have a look which was quite succulent and lush, and we wanted to show how the foliage and the colours of the plants can work very well together to create really pleasing plantscapes. So we're starting with this little Banksia roller coaster down here. You get a lot of silver on the back of the leaves. Obviously it's, well, not obviously, but this particular species is quite coastal friendly, so it'll deal with sand and salty conditions. Behind it is a Lamandra Lime Divine. And really, if there was one thing that's come up in the last 10-15 years, it's the popularity of these flaxy type species. So we've got a number of Lamandras on site. This one is particularly beautiful. If you get the sun in it, the heart of them just glow. You get this amazing green colour. Behind that, we've got some roses. The roses are a surprisingly drought tolerant plant. That depends a little bit on the rootstock, so you need to have a chat to your nursery person about which roses you've got. But if they're on the right rootstock, you'll find that they're extremely drought tolerant. And one of the examples that we often like to give is that you'll find an abandoned farmhouse out in the country somewhere. No one's watered that garden for the last 20 years, and there's a magnificent rose bush that's still sending up beautiful foliage and beautiful flowers. Behind that is one of the Save Water favourites, the Plectranthus argentata, or the silver spur flower. It's got a really nice habit in that, again, it's got quite a big fleshy leaf, so it looks quite succulent. You'll see that silver colouring on it. These have been watered, so they're a little bit darker than they normally would be. They often come up almost white. That silvery colour comes from a series of fine hairs, which reduces evaporation off the leaf and makes it quite drought tolerant. You'll also just start to see some flower spikes coming up. A really beautiful silver flower, and a prolific flower through late summer and autumn, which is often a time that's hard to get a lot of stuff flowering, so we like to see that. Behind that is the Callistemon, Mary McKillop, a lovely red flower. It's like a red bottle brush flower. It's an interesting one. It's actually a water plant, but because the climate in Australia has always been highly variable, it can go through long periods of drought. So it'll grow faster and better with a bit of water, but if you can't get the water to it, it'll sit there and survive and still do very well. Behind that is a combination of plants. On the right, we've got a little wattle, Cognata curtain call, which is getting a lot of interest from plant fanciers because it's got a really beautiful, wispy, almost willow tree type of shape. And then behind that is the Waterhousia floribunda, which is really it's not a related plant, but we can use it instead of the Sigeum limani. They're both quite drought tolerant. They're both forest trees, so they can go under shade, and they'll do quite well, and they make magnificent screening trees. So if you've got an ugly fence or a neighbour that you need to screen out, there's some big trees that will work really well. The next one I wanted to talk about is the Lemonian Perezi. This is another coastal plant, very drought tolerant, can handle salty conditions as well, and of course it's got that spectacular purple flower. And then just behind that is one of our all-time favourites, the Dianella Goddess. It's an Australian native, it keeps a really good form, it's got a lovely purple flower and a bluish purple berry. Spectacular plant, and as we like to say, if it's not looking really well, get a chainsaw out, cut it in half, and it'll come back an absolute treat. So the next plants are these little brachyscomes. They're from Western Australia. Again, they're natives. They're terrifically drought tolerant. They do like very good drainage, so you need to put them on a sandy soil, but really cheerful flowers, and if you treat them right, they'll flower for ages. We've already spoken about the Banksia roller coasters, and they're a really good plant, particularly with that variegated leaf. You get that silvery underside, and they've got a really interesting structure, and they're tough as a good drought tolerant plant should be. The next ones are particular favourites again. We spoke about the Lamandra Lime Divine before. This is another pair of Lamandras. There's a frosty tops and an emerald green. And you see, if you do a mass planting, you get a really shimmery effect. and yeah, quite a delicate, lovely, low ground cover effect. So they're very effective, particularly in some of the modern gardens, those gardens where you've got a lot of strong angular features and around swimming pools and things like that. This can work really well. The next one is another real beauty. It'll be out in nurseries soon. It's a new release. It's called the Leptospermum Lemon, Lime and Bitters, and that's because of the colours. You'll notice that it's got the yellow, the green, and the new growth is kind of pinkish. That's really pretty. It's fantastic characteristic though. It's a little bit like a lemon myrtle. It's got a fantastic citrus aroma, and you can use it in cooking. So that's one that you can have in the garden and in your herb garden. So the last plant I wanted to talk about is this Banksia Sentinel. Again, that beautiful Banksia foliage. This one's a bit taller and it'll fill in a part of your garden really well. Likes good drainage, but again, very drought tolerant. So the message we want you to take away is that these water efficient plants will suit every style of garden. There's a fantastic range to select from, and happy gardening.